Hello everybody and welcome to the J72 Gaming Channel. My name is Jacob, but you can just call me Jay here. Today I wanted to show you every house in Monarchs Bluff and tell you which ones that I think are best based off each of their tier, based off their looks, location, and their general vibes. Now if you're new to this channel, welcome. I usually make videos on games like The Isle and Path of Titans, but guys, I'm having so much fun with this game that I really wanted to share some of the aspects of it that I'm enjoying the most. So in this first video of a new series, I wanted to show you all of the houses in each of the settlements to hopefully let you find a place to call your own, or maybe help you decide if the housing system in this game is worth it enough for you to dive into the world of Eternum here in New World. Now, first up is Monarchs Bluff, my home starting settlement, and honestly, my favorite out of Monarchs, Everfall, Windsward, and First Light, which are the 4 starting settlements in this game. In these videos, we'll go over each house tier by tier, so tier 1, followed by 2, 3, and then 4, and I'm going to order each of them by which ones I find the coolest or most useful, and save the best ones of each tier for last. If you know what tier you want and are just here to look at those houses, check the timestamp below. Alright dudes, make sure you sit back, kick back, and go grab a snack as we dive into each house here in the Bluffs. Let's do this. Alright, first things first real quick, let's take a look at this map before heading into the live gameplay section of this video. This here is the New World interactive map on the website Map Genie. Link below, of course. It's super helpful and useful in finding pretty much anything you need here in the world. The map you can see right now is Monarchs Bluff with only the houses filtered on, and the tier of each one is shown above them as well. We'll be using this map quite frequently during the video to help you get a better understanding of the town overall. But first up, we got tier 1 houses. Alright everybody, so you can see here that there are only 2 tier 1 houses. One up at the top and one kind of at the bottom by the entrances and the looms and all that such. So you see here, this is the one I think isn't quite as good as the other one, but honestly, both of them are really great. If you're looking for just kind of some cheap houses in one of the starting zones, Monarch Bluff might have what you're looking for. So this one here, let me get the HUD back. This one here is owned by Calfers. So let's go check out his spot, just so you kind of get an idea of what you can do with the house. So it's really just kind of a basic single bedroom with the fireplace. Most of the houses have fireplace. This guy's got a ton of shelves there, which is kind of cool. But really what makes this one good is the kind of proximity to the front gate. And over here is kind of the section with the looms and the outfitter station and all that. So pretty good proximity for a tier 1 house. But the one I like a little bit better is this house up here at the very top. So this one is way isolated from all the other ones, which makes it really unique, honestly, even compared to other houses in other settlements. Usually the houses are kind of close-knit, but this one is all the way up here all by itself, which is pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and hop in here. This one on this server is Foreigner. By the way, guys, I'm on Celadon in the West Coast, so that is what's going on here. And this guy's actually done a really, really good job. Let's go ahead and hide the HUD with this tier 1 house. I've kind of hopped in here over the course of time as this game's come out and seen him progress because he's always been the top one up here. And it's a really good house. But again, just a single room for the tier 1s. What really makes this one worth its money, honestly, is not only is it's kind of isolated by itself, which is again really unique, but it's got this huge yard here that even stretches out here. You can see he's put that stone cairn down, which is pretty cool, and even goes like all the way over here. That's huge for a tier 1, and you get a lot. So if you're going for a tier 1 in Monarchs Bluff, I highly recommend this one, unless you want access down by the crafting tables, and then I would go with the first one. Alright guys, so we have 5 houses to choose from with tier 2, and you can see here they're all kind of in a circle around the main road, or what I like to think is the main road, the road that runs north and south, which is the most traversed one in Monarchs Bluff, which is actually, if we cut here to this house, this one is the one I think is not as cool as all the other ones, but its shining factor is that it is on the main road, you can see here. So pretty solid. Inside, it has a floor plan that we're going to see kind of a lot here with the tier 2s, which has got the basic deck out front. You go in, stairs on the right, basic house here. This guy's got a lot of pirate stuff going on. And up here is just another simple floor. But yeah, the good thing about this one is access to the main road. So if you want to kind of be central on the main road, that's my recommendation for this one. Now, leaving from that one, just down here, also on the main road, is going to be my second one I recommend. I like this one because it's got a cool backyard. So we're going to go into Schneef's here. And back here, it's actually got a backyard, which is definitely the coolest thing. You don't usually get a large backyard unless you pay for kind of a higher tier house. So that's definitely the great one about this. And inside, just a normal basic square, really. Yeah, go ahead and choose that one if you like a tier 2 on the main road as well with a backyard, so definitely better than that blue one. The other one over here, and all three of these next ones are really great locations, so I'm a big fan of the tier 2 houses in this city. This one here is going to be the next tier 2 option, which is really great if you want a tier 2 for those extra storage space, but you like the location of this first tier 1 house that I showed you guys. So in here you can see this guy, Creamy Johnny, is actually in my company. He is killing it, 110 points. So let's go ahead and dive in here. You can see he's made the entrance with a ton of the Pirates gold, which is actually paid stuff, so I'm not the biggest fan, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, he has decked this one out, but again, it's just a normal square, nothing too special about this, although it does have a decent yard, and its location to the outfitters, we can even just take a look from over here, the outfitters, the loom, and all that stuff, this side of the crafting area in Monarchs, it's got access to, which is pretty sweet. Okay, heading away from that, past the loom and the tanning table, we've got this one here. Now, what's cool about this one, I like, it is right by the entrance, and a lot of people are going to see this one. And it's honestly the same layout of the house that I ended up going with, so I like it as well. This one here is made by Ansria, who I've had some pretty awesome conversations with, so shout out to you. And yeah, she's done a fantastic job in here. But again, I like this one mainly for its location on the main road. That's going to be the main thing that differentiates it. But yeah, she did a great job. Looks really good. So that leaves the final tier 2 house, the one I recommend, which is actually this yellow one. This is the first location I bought. I've since moved out to a tier 4 here in the city, but I really like this one because it's got this walkway here, and you've got to remember a big thing about your house is that you teleport back to it very often. So you're going to appear right here, right, which gives you access to run down here if you need to go up there. It allows you to go here if you need to go to the trader center, and it allows you to go over here to the section that I'm in the most as a tank. I'm usually smelting and making armor and stuff and working at the outfitting for furnishing, so I picked this location because it's very close to that. Besides that, what makes this one unique is it's got this little blue thing here, so you're going to constantly see people run past you and grab that when it's their first time here in the city, so that's kind of funny. We'll go take a look at Obesity Prime, another dude in my company. Let's see what he's done with the house, the property, which is kind of weird for me because I used to live here, so it's kind of cool to see this. But again, just another the basic 2-story house that we've seen time and time again, and we will continue to see across Eternum. But yeah, this one is very close to the crafting section down here, which is why I preferred it, as well as the quick access down here. All right, so our tier 3s are up next. You can see here that we have 3 tier 3s, totally on brand for the number. And the last one is the one up in the top. I think that's going to be the best, and I'll show you guys that one last, of course. But these next two are actually kind of tied, so I'll go ahead and show you here. They're both this white one and this yellow one. They're side by side, and they have entrances on different sides. Both of them have almost the same layout, but I'll go and show you guys the difference. What makes these ones cool is if you want, you can see actually nobody owns this one. If you want like kind of a large building. Oh, wow, that's bugging. Okay, there we go. That was a weird bug. Never seen that before, but it's New World, right? New buggy world. But you can see that this one here, the main aspect of this house that compares differently to the yellow one we're about to see is it has a balcony and a big window on the 2nd floor, whereas the other one has its big window on the 3rd floor. So not sure if that will determine the difference between your opinions, but yeah, they're both basically very large 3-story houses for tier 3, smack dab in the middle of the city. So if you like that vibe, I would recommend both of these. Now, heading around the corner here from that white one, we have the yellow one. You can see it is also kind of on that side main street, if you will, or side entrance. This one here has quite a lot of points. This is Robbie Rottens, yet another of my company members, and he has done fairly well with this one. But you can see here that this is the 2nd floor. It has just the normal windows. The large windows are up here, which I actually kind of like this one a little bit more than the other one because of that, and it's got its balcony up here, which overlooks the loom area, and it's kind of cool, unique walkway. So the view from up here is pretty cool, but not as cool as the next one, which is going to be this one here in the plaza. This row of 3 houses are actually my 3 favorite houses in the entire zone. Spoiler, that one's mine. But we're going to go ahead and take a look here, and this is actually one of my buddy's houses. So Alzira is actually the highest, but we're going to go take a look at Blunderbuss Bills, because he's a homie of mine. He's actually aces high, if you guys have seen him from some of the videos on the channel. So these houses are awesome. The best thing about these three, and specifically this one too, because it's cheaper than the other two, which are tier 4s, is the backyard. They've got kind of an isolated backyard where you get to see my property. You get to see the other properties in the back, and they've got just a really sweet balcony view up top. So let's go ahead and take you up there. Besides that, the layout of all three of these houses are actually going to be the same. So this one has a bit of a discount by being a tier 3 and having the same layout, but obviously it's tier 3, and so you can't get 4 storage boxes, and you have the tier 3 time for teleporting back, but the tier 4 is a little bit better. But yeah, they all got a fantastic view, and my buddy likes to mention that he's got the best view, which I kind of agree, of these houses of the plaza, because it's smack dab in the middle of the fountain, so everything looks really good. So yeah, if you're going to go for a tier 3 house here in Monarchs Bluff, I highly recommend this blue house right here. It's got proximity to the center plaza, with the trading hub right there, and it gets basically the outwards appearance identical to the other two that are actually tier 4, so you get a discount on that side of things. All right, so time to take a look at the big expensive tier 4s here in Monarchs Bluff. First one up is going to be this one here, which is smack dab in the middle of town along the main road here, right at the entrance. So again, if you like being right on the main entrance, you're going to have a lot of people see your house, so that's pretty cool. Now, the best thing about this one, we'll head into Neolicos. The best thing about this one is the layout. It's very unique. You're not going to get any other house that has kind of this T-bottom section in all of Monarchs, and it does have a very large backyard, which is front and center for the loom area. So this one will get spotted by quite a lot of people because it's on the main road and the loom backyard. And then up here, it's going to have just your basic 2-story that you have in a lot of these house layouts. So yeah, only 2-story with this one. Again, its biggest feature is going to be that massive backyard, but I put it at the bottom of all the tier 4s because it's kind of just basic besides the big backyard. Now, another tier 4 that I want to show you guys is over here. This one is potentially someone's favorite because its proximity to the smelting area. You can see that right here is that tier 2 that I showed you that I used to own. Right across the street here is this isolated tier 4 house, which is very reminiscent of the one up at the top hill, the tier 1, except it's tier 4 and obviously much bigger. It has a huge yard, which is fantastic to see, and inside is a basic 3-story house that I've been showing you and will continue to show you. But, oh, I spoke incorrectly, my bad. It is just a 2-story. So same 2-story layout as some of those other 2-stories, but this one, again, its proximity to the smelter makes it pretty awesome, but I think it's a little bit less than those other tier 4s that I showed you alongside that tier 3 over here at the plaza. So let's go take a look at what I think about those two. So it should be no surprise here as I run into the plaza. If I own this one, I'm probably ranking this one under that one. So let's go ahead and take a look in here. Again, similar to that tier 3 that I showed you. The main difference between all 3 of these is really going to be the backyard and the view from the balcony. So I kind of like this one. I like it a little bit better than the middle one, simply because you have kind of a wall to kind of be cozy in here. Should turn off the HUD for you guys. I don't know what this guy's doing with his bed. It's probably just working on you know, increasing his value or whatever. But yeah, basically same interior as the other tier 3 house, and the view from this one is of the trading post, which is kind of unique, and the view out here is pretty cool. It can actually see farther into the ocean. You can see some boats out there, but it does have this smack dab in the middle, which you might like, but I think kind of hinders the view a little bit, which is why I rank it under mine. But let's go ahead and take a kind of slower look at mine. I'll show you guys some of the things I've done with the furniture, kind of what I've been working on, and of course show you that last tier 4, which I think is the best house to buy in all of Monarchs Bluff. So what makes this one really cool, in my opinion, and it's got this out front. It's not definitely cool, but it's the backyard that really makes it shine. I hit E just by, yeah, walking up with the HUD off. Nice. So you can see I put my dogs out here. I've got my storage boxes under here, kind of my storage area. I just started making trophies too, so that's been fantastic to buff my character out in the open world. Got kind of a kitchen vibe down here. But again, this backyard is the reason why I think this is the coolest house. Not only is it 3 stories and it's got a great balcony view and a view of the plaza, but it has a huge backyard that you can really mess with. Like, look, I've got extra just stuff sitting back here, and I plan to kind of make this like an outdoor workbench area with all the kind of work and tools and stuff, furniture that I get. So there's a lot of room to do whatever you want out here, which I think just basically has the biggest backyard on Monarchs Bluff, which is tight. Up here, I've made this kind of like my normal living room. You got a little view of the plaza, which is pretty sweet. But as far as interior, as far as layout of the house, basically the same as those other two. So don't buy these for the layout between them. Buy them for the different views. Got a view of the inn here, which I think kind of looks good in my bedroom, right? You got the moon, so got that cozy vibe. But then I think this is the best view out of the window. It's away from that, or out of the balcony. It's away from that that outpost there, so you can really kind of get a good view. And you can still kind of see that pirate ship over there. But yeah, the backyard, guys, is really why I highly recommend you guys get this house for your tier 4 house in Monarchs Bluff. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for all the houses here in Monarchs Bluff. Again, I'm going to make this a series. I want to show off every house location in every single settlement. So if you want to kind of see all the vibe checks for every house and maybe make an opinion of your own and see my opinion to pick which one you want to settle down in, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, like the video if it helped you out at all. It does a lot for the channel, so I thank you guys on that. Again, I normally make some content for some dinosaur games and some other survival games, but I really am starting to branch out and want to make videos on all the games that I really love. And right now, I can't put this game down, so I want to show you kind of the fun different aspects of the game. Some people might be showing you kind of the hardcore style stuff, you know, how to push money, how to push gear score, how to do all that. I call myself a hardcore casual. And what I mean by that is I'm just a casual gamer. I like to, you know, kind of hang out, take things slow, do the furnishing and work on all my craftings and stuff. But I'm pretty hardcore about it. Like, I play it a lot, but I don't sweat over, you know, making sure I push 60 and all that stuff. So if that's the kind of vibe you want out of your New World videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and come along with me on the journey. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it. I have been Jay. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And until next time, peace out.